So I don't know. Let's see. I don't have a stand for this anymore. I need to safely do this. So let's see. If it falls, it falls. Let's see. I need to get over. Oh, it is very warm in here. Guess we'll just leave that. Oh, hold on. I am safely doing this, just FYI. I know one thing, I need to turn this heater off. Jesus. Turn it off. Okay, we'll do this for now. So much to talk about. Already had my coffee for the day. Got my mask on because I had to stop by my parents. They're both under the weather. Took them some soup and crackers and vitamin C drops and all that good stuff. I find it funny because I caught myself getting their soup on sale, and I was like, "Oh, this is very expensive soup." And I knew, I'm like, well, I got it on sale. He's like, yeah, usually the can you see at the commissary is like about $3. And I was like, oh, well, I got it on sale kind of for like $1.98. It's still pretty expensive. Then I got like chicken noodle chicken and rice, wild rice. And then I got 2 cans of the New England clam chowder, and he was like, clam chowder is very expensive. So like, I don't know, tell him like, I got it on sale. And then he goes back into his room, whatever, but then comes back with like, here, I'll give you some money. The clam chowder is expensive. I'm like, it's not, but I'll take it though. Thank you. Why do I feel like I went the wrong way? Why do I feel like I went the wrong way? I did. I sure did. How did I manage to do that? Well, you get detours in life for a reason. So I'm just going to follow this detour. It is what it is. It's okay. So for whatever reason, life put me on this path to do it this way. To go this way. Okay. But anyway, so how I say all the time, it's so much easier when you're going over this in your head. But then when it comes down to, okay, hit play, then it's all. So previously, I've done like maybe two videos. I just like, yeah, I'm just not gonna. And the very reason why part of the reason why I'm here today is because of that video. Anyway, so I just got tired of gaslighting myself when it came down to dealing with this guy. And it just took words from like an OG, and it's like, damn, Keisha, like you know fucking better, and you know this shit don't feel right. You've been stuck here trying to make sense. And then before I got to this point, I should say, I have a favorite artist. Now I don't even know. Anyways, I'm not even about to go into. But anyways, my favorite artist, and in her song she says, person, just real, just cool, chill, nonchalant, but like, you know, it's like, hey, like, what are we doing? You know, like, you know, you taking advantage of the fact that, you know, I'm just letting you be you, but you have, you know, you're at most very surface level. There's no depth to you, or nothing that, you know, depth that you contribute to whatever the hell it is that we're doing. And so, I mean, like, not to get into my business, but to get into my business, you know, I just had the realization that all that they wanted was a friends with benefit type situation. And, you know, it is what it is. But if you would have at least been honest, you know, from the front, so that way I can make a decision on how I need to do moving forward, which in fact he did, you know, and it has echoed through my mind for the longest. He made the, you know, he said that, you know, he knows how to keep, you know, I guess women in the friend zone, whatever. And then, you know, that kind of, okay, well, I looked at it two ways. Well, you know, if we were to ever get serious, well, you know, whatever woman he looks at as, you know, a friend, you are a friend. That's it. Then it's like, okay, well, on the flip side of it, okay, well, if he deems you as just a friend, then, you know, you might get stuck in the friend zone. I don't get friend zoned, okay? And I'm not going to be a unofficial friend with benefits if this is not something we have actually sat down and discussed. Therefore, you are in violation, partial violation, because of the fact that you said that day one. But when, you know, I tried to call you on it, you know, I'm in my head, you know, pretty much just gaslighting me. You know, you can't even tell me, well, what do you want from me? What do you feel about me? How do you feel about me? You can't answer them questions. Something wrong there. So I felt like I got robbed of. Let me say this. Did I enjoy myself? Hell yeah, I did. You know, it was refreshing, you know, to hang out, you know, get to know someone completely different and, you know, see what they're about. But my ass was wrapping around potential. Potential is not guaranteed. But at the same time, again, I was robbed of the decision of, okay, he put on a good front, really good front. But at the end of the day, like, and it's other things that I could go into, but I, you know, like to exercise some discretion. Other things just, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, no, this is not it. And I tried, you know, to just rock with it. But then when when I would reach, I don't want to say it like this, but once I reach a certain limit, it's like, okay, no, we need to wash our hands with this shit. We are done. This is not going anywhere. You can't even get clear answers, a simple answer to a simple question. Then, you know, there's deflection. And I'm just like, you know what? No, Keisha, this ain't it. You know what you want. You know what you deserve. And things are not being met here. So, yeah. And one thing I've learned, which, you know, I try to push it back. A man will let you know straight up. We'll let you know straight up. And it's on you to either you're going to rock with it or you're going to walk away from it. I have no type of dating sense at all. I will say that. But I do have sense when it comes to when the heart and mind is not on the same page. Like, yes, I've been trying to protect myself, but at the same time, my fucking heart is just like, potential, Keisha, potential. Hit a lot of the boxes on my checklist, but ultimately, where it mattered, did not even meet. So there's no malice or anger in my heart because, like I said, it was said in the beginning. It was just my bad to let it, take its course as it did. And there have been many times, I've, tried to walk away. This go around, I literally had to snatch up my dignity and whatever I had left of my heart and mind, and I had to get my life in the middle of the night and just walk away. So yeah, there's that. And then, like, part of me is, I don't know, it's something in me that has grown significantly grown up. And like, I was in a situation recently, and the way I conducted myself, so in such a mature way, like, and it's been two different things that had happened, and I'm like, dang, like, I handled this really well. Part of it, I do acknowledge the fact that in one of the instances, God gave me a deaf ear, because what was being launched, a lot of it I didn't verbally, I did not hear, but for what I did hear, it didn't matter to me. One thing about myself is I'm not going to just fly off the handle. I'm not about to give you that kind of energy. Now, granted, if it's built up and it's built up, well, no, I take that back. Like, I don't give that kind of energy straight away. I had to go left on my neighbor's child and her friends because they thought it'd be funny to knock on my door and run, but they had something for their ass. My daughter went after them. Like, she didn't whoop their ass or nothing, but she went after them. So I calmly just grabbed my shit, whatever. And, she was going off on them. And with her, like, it takes a lot. She don't fly off the handle. It takes a lot for her, too, as well. And so by the time I caught up to them, like, yeah, they got cursed out. They did. And then, so when they decided they wanted to come back to their, because they dumbass live above me, so, like, you really thought you was going to come back to your home and think that I wasn't going to be sitting there waiting on your ass? Cursed them out again a little bit. I didn't do all the hollering and screaming and all of that. My voice, was up. In the first, because I did 2 videos of it, took it to the office, whatever. But, yeah, like, I was stern. They got cursed out. And I didn't have to all do the screaming and hollering. Was I loud? Yes, I was. But, anyways. But, saying all that to say, like, I don't have to be theatrical, like, screaming and hollering and threatening to fight. None of that shit. Like, why? Because clearly, you're bothered by me. You are fucking nobody to me. And, you show what type of person you are, based on your performance and your theatrics. But anyway, so I had another incident, and I'm just like, you know what? this is why I think, you know what, as much as I want to be around people and, you know, and just have a good time and all that, I prefer being a loner. I mean, when I was a kid, elementary school, like, I was around myself. Like, I was, you know, I'm gonna say I was a loner. I was also very, very shy, so that had a lot to do with it. But, you know, if you are, for me, I'm gonna say for me, I'm by myself. I don't fuck with nobody. I stay in my own zone, my own lane. I don't have anyone disappointing me, because it'll be myself if I disappoint myself. And, you know, I love myself enough to try not to disappoint myself, if that makes sense. I just want a happy and peaceful life, and, you know, whatever entails with that, you know, in a good sense, you know, I'm for. But, like, the bullshit and, you know, just, I'm not with it. Like, I'm not, you know, I prefer my own damn company. I don't know. This shit that I've been going through since these last few months, yeah. But anyways, I'll probably do another video later on. Right now, I haven't got to the house, so I need to go ahead and do this, and then just probably do another video later on or so. So I'll catch up with y'all later on.